Hey guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to another video. In this video we're gonna see what is hoisting in JavaScript. Okay, so let me tell you a definition of that, a bookish definition. So hoisting is basically when the declarations are moved to the top of the scope so that you can access the variables or functions before you declare it. Okay, so I know it's a little bit tough, so let me just give you an example. Okay, so in JavaScript, if we write like this, okay, we are just declaring a variable, and if we print this, right, so okay, this is a normal behavior. Okay, but what if I write the print statement before declaring it? Okay, so in other languages, for example Python or Java, this will give you an error because this is not a good way of writing things, right? You are printing and you are then initializing things, but in JavaScript it doesn't give you an error. Okay, it gives you undefined. Now let me explain why this undefined comes. The way the JavaScript works, is that first it search for all the declarations, so it moves to the top of the scope. So firstly it reads this, so it is on the top of the scope, and then it reads this line, and then it reads this line. Okay, so firstly the declarations are moved to the top. Now here we didn't give any value, we don't have any value, so by default it have undefined. So undefined, basically when you don't have any value, it gives undefined in JavaScript. And then when we are printing this, so we don't have any value, so in this line we also have undefined. So that's why this undefined is coming. Okay, now it's a debate that is it a feature or a mistake, because this is a bad practice, right? This is. So then ES6 came, and with newer version of JavaScript, they, maybe you can say they corrected it, or we can say that they provided us a new way of creating variables so that this kind of things won't happen. It will give you an error. So though the ways are lat and const. So these are the two newer way of declaring variables in JavaScript. So if we write console log, let's say p, and now we are declaring it with let or const. Okay, so if we run this now, this will give you an error because cannot access b before initialization. Of course, right? This is the normal behavior, right? The variable should show this kind of a behavior. So let and const are not hoisted, right? Only where declared variables are hoisted. Okay, so if you have any question that does only variables get hoisted, so the answer is no, because the functions were also hoisted before. So when we used to write the older way of writing functions, for example let's create a function. This is the older way of writing functions. Okay, so let's create a function test, empty arguments, and let's log something. So let's do this. So now if we call it normally like we do in other languages, okay, this is working normally. Now if I move this to the top, so now we are calling it and then we are initializing it, right? So this is also working fine, right? So this is the older way of writing function. Now with ES6 they provided us a new way of writing function, so that this kind of a behavior cannot happen. So let's create a new function. So new function, the new way of writing function is arrow functions. So the way we create an arrow function is, let's create one. So this is an arrow function, and if we write and then we call it before, let's see. So yeah, this gives you an error because we cannot access test before initialization, right? So these are the newer way. The older way of writing things in JavaScript, they were hoisted, for example var and the function, then they removed it. So this is all about hoisting, guys, and I hope you like it. So let's just meet in another video. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.